Okay, today we have contradiction number 3, and we have so many contradictions in the Bible, yet every time I get into this, I just think, is that really a contradiction? There are 439. I think there's that many. There's a lot of them, and we want to get through one a week, and this week is number 3. Okay, so number 3 is, how many sons did Abraham have? And before we get into that, my name is Craig. This is Morning Star Quest, and this is your journey through the Bible, one question at a time. And this is Cosmo. Say g'day, Cosmo.
G'day, everyone. I'm Cosmo, here to help you navigate through these questions and contradictions. So, Craig, let's dive into it. How many sons did Abraham have?
All right, well, let's go from the top here, and if we can see, everybody can see the same thing. Number 3, it's probably a bit hard to read there because there's so many different things here. How many sons did Abraham have? This is number 3. So let's go through one of these verses at a time. We'll try and go as quick as we can. Hebrews 11:17. Can you repeat that for us? Give us that verse, please.
In Hebrews 11:17, it mentions Abraham having only one son, Isaac.
All right, so he has one son. Okay, and can you tell me in Genesis 22:2? Can you give us that one?
In Genesis 22, verse 2, it talks about God instructing Abraham to sacrifice his only son, Isaac.
Its only son. Okay, so that is also one. All right, so then on the other side of this, we have Genesis 16:15. So if you can do that one, please.
In Genesis 16, verse 15, it mentions Abraham having a son named Ishmael.
Okay. All right. And in Genesis 21:2-3.
In Genesis 21's 2-3, it describes the birth of Isaac to Abraham and Sarah, indicating that Abraham had another son besides Ishmael.
That's correct. Okay, so that's 2 at least. What about Genesis 25:1-2? Oh, you have to think about that one. Oh, are you thinking too much? All right. So I guess so far we have established a couple of things that in some verses, well, hello, we just disappeared. All right, we'll try again. Oh, it's the joys of tech, hey? Cosmo, are you back?
I'm here, Craig.
All
What's
right.
next in our exploration of these verses?
That's all right. You just dipped away for a sec. Yeah, so Genesis 25:1-2. Can you give us that one, please?
In Genesis 25, verse 1-2, it talks about Abraham taking another wife named Keturah, who bore him 6 sons in addition to Isaac and Ishmael.
Okay, so there's another 6 sons. All right. And lastly, Genesis 4:22.
In Genesis 4:22, it mentions Abraham's grandson, Nahor, who had 12 sons.
Sorry, so yeah, okay, all right. So in all of
No
this,
worries. Take your time.
to me, this is, each verse is trying to mention something specific. What do you think? Because I think at
Each verse seems to emphasize different aspects of Abraham's descendants, sometimes focusing on specific sons or lines of lineage.
And the thing is, there are people that could say they have their only son, and then maybe a year later will have another son, or maybe have 10 more sons. But when they said their only son, it was already true. It wasn't contradictory. What do you think?
That's a great point, Craig. The term only son in these verses often reflects the specific context and time it was written. It doesn't necessarily mean Abraham had literally only one son throughout his entire life, but rather emphasizes certain lines of lineage or the significance of a particular son at a given moment.
All right, this one is busted. This is totally busted. I mean...
Exactly. Sometimes what seems like a contradiction can be clarified with a deeper look at the context and the meanings of the words used.
Exactly, and that's why we are going through every single one of these so-called contradictions. So far, we're up to number 3, and we've already busted the 3 of them. So we're going to keep going. So click here for more contradictions. If you want to try and delve into each and every single one, every Tuesday was Contradiction Tuesday, and we are going to go through this one contradiction at a time. And just click on that, and we'll catch you.
That's
Go do something awesome for God.
Approach, Craig. Taking them one at a time helps clarify misunderstandings and deepen understanding. Keep up the great work with Contradiction Tuesday on Morning Star Quest.
Thank you. Catch you later.